Hello, welcome back to my channel. This is Mary, and today's makeup look is a super fun, sparkly, colorful look that I did on my beautiful niece, Leia. Leia and I have been playing with makeup together ever since she was teeny tiny, so it was so fun to have her come and sit down in my chair and really do her makeup for reals today and do such a fun look. So I started out with skin prep. I just cleansed her skin with the simple micellar cleansing water, and then I moisturized her skin with the Revolution Pro Miracle Cream, which I first heard of it because it's said to be a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. I have tried both, and I really do feel like it is a dupe. And I love this stuff. It's amazing. And it's $14 as opposed to $100 and whatever, however many dollars the Charlotte Tilbury one is. So it's great. I will link that down below along with all of the products that I'll use in today's video. Then I went ahead and took a little bit of RCMA No Color powder and just lightly patted that over her brows. I know people are always talking about that your brows will go on better and last longer if they are just on your bare skin. And I see why they say that, but I feel like having just a little bit of that very, very lightweight powder is just a little better so that they're not like slipping and sliding around from the skincare underneath. That's just my opinion. So I went ahead and did her brows to give her the face cream time to sink into her skin and get it ready for the face makeup. And yeah, I went ahead and did brows, and I just used a brown eyeshadow on an angled brush and went ahead and filled them in. And we do come back to the brows later on in the look, but this was just to give them their initial shape and color. Then for foundation, I did my favorite ever, mixed the Huda Beauty Faux Filter with the Makeup Forever Reboot. Such a great makeup, such a great foundation combination. And you'll see that it definitely looks like it's too dark for her. That is because whenever I'm doing someone's makeup, I look at their arms and their chest and look at that color and match their foundation to that. And I bring it down the neck or even onto the chest just so that they are looking even more coherent. That's not the word that I'm looking for. Coherent. I don't know. They just match better with their whole body. And then also they just look like they have that much more of a glow or a tan. So that is what I do. So I went ahead and applied it with the e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush. Such a great foundation brush. And you'll see me bring it down her neck as well. And I'm just being careful around the brows to make sure we don't obviously mess up what we just did with them. And when I bring foundation down the neck, it is a very thin layer. Like I'm not doing a full coverage situation on the neck because it's just not necessary. I'm just really most of the time using what's left on the brush. Sometimes I'll dip like a little bit more into the foundation, but it's really just a skiff down the neck. And then to get even more precise around her brows, I just grabbed a concealer brush. This is my favorite concealer brush ever, but it is long discontinued from BH Cosmetics, so I apologize for that. Then I'm using the Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue concealer, which I love this concealer, but I think that they must be phasing it out because I saw on the Dose of Colors website that it's all like on clearance. So, I mean, now's the time to get some if you want to try it, but I think it's probably going away, which makes me really sad because this is an amazing concealer. Then for cream contour, I mixed the LA Girl Beautiful Bronze shade of their Pro Concealer with her foundation shade that we used, and it makes the perfect cream contour. And I actually use that same foundation brush to mix it, and then that's what I apply it with, and that's just a method that works really, really great when I'm doing makeup on clients. I don't so much use that product and method on myself because I find for myself it's easier to just use like a stick cream contour or something like that, which that's not easier with clients where you need to do everything sanitary, if that makes sense. Then I'm doing the nose contour. Just doing 2 thin lines down the side of her nose, and the closer together those lines are, the skinnier the appearance of the nose will be. So then I did a little under, or on the tip of the nose, a little bit under her lip, and then I went ahead and grabbed a beauty blender to blend everything in. I've been liking doing this order of things lately, where I place the concealer and then I let it sit on the face for a few minutes while I do the cream contour and then go in and blend it out. You just get actually a lot more coverage from the concealer if you let it sit on the face and warm up there a little bit and even kind of dry down a little bit. You just get a lot more coverage. A big part of that is because then the sponge or the brush or whatever you're using will pick up a lot less of the product because it's had a little bit of time to kind of dry down and kind of, melt into the makeup look. So that is just the order that I've been loving doing things. It's so funny. For years and years, I could not, literally could not do someone's makeup and not do eyes first. I could not start with face and then do eyes. It was like a mental block that I had, and I have learned how to do it, which actually saves a lot of time in the whole makeup look. And I really enjoy doing that. But then sometimes I will still do the eyes first. It really just depends on my mood, I guess. Then I'm taking that sponge and just making sure everything's really seamless with the cream contour. I'm very lightly dabbing because I don't want to pick up too much of the product or anything like that. Just lightly rolling and dabbing over the cream contour to make sure everything is seamless. Then I'm using a little bit of that same concealer on her eyelids to prime her eyelids for the eyeshadow. I'm also simultaneously carving out the brows a little bit. And I'm going to let that sit on her eyelids for a little bit while I pat out any creases under the eyes and then lightly set them with the RCMA No Color powder. At this point in the makeup, we still didn't know what color or colors we were going to do. I had this whole colorful palette and I knew we were going to do something really fun, but I had no idea what. And we really just made it up as we went along once we got to the eyes. I'm powdering her whole face with the RCMA No Color powder, just really lightly. She has more dry skin, and so I was just doing a light dusting everywhere, and then later I do a little bit of baking in very select areas. And I make sure to set the neck as well, and then blend out the creases on the eyelids and set those eyelids also. I placed a little bit of the RCMA No Color powder. Wow, I can't talk. Sorry. The RCMA No Color powder under her eyes to catch any fallout from the shadows, and also to carve out the sides of that nose contour and brighten it a little bit. And I did just kind of that area on the sides of the mouth to create a lift as well. And this is the Fade Into Hue palette by Colourpop. Look at all those gorgeous colors. We started out with the shade Selfie, which is a matte light purple. I ran that through the crease. Actually, I lied. That color, the light purple, is what we did on the outer corner. Very first, we did the shade Treasure, which is a light pinkish peach, and that's what we did over the crease. So yeah, then the color Selfie, that purpley shade. And then the next color was Lovecraft that we did on the very edge. That is a pink. These are all matte so far. And I did that like going out toward the temples. And I'm of course using the Delium Tools 785 brush, which is the best eyeshadow blending brush ever. And then we went into the shade Take It Easel. Yeah, I believe that's what it's called, Take It Easel. It's a light blue. And then we went into Kaleidoscope, which is this gorgeous pressed glitter, light blue, that has like all different sizes of glitters and sparkles in it. And it is just so pretty. Oh my goodness. Absolutely stunning. The sad story is that the next day, my almost 2-year-old and my 3.5-year-old got a hold of this gorgeous brand new only used once palette, and they had a little bit of fun with it. So that was heartbreaking. It could have been a lot worse. It really could have. It's definitely still usable, but it doesn't look perfect and beautiful like it did in the shots that I showed earlier. Oh my goodness, that was really sad. Then I went into a purple shimmer. I think I actually mixed two, the colors Express and Novu. Novu. Two purple shimmers, and I popped those kind of on the very inner part of the eyelid and blended it into that Kaleidoscope glitter shade. And then I did it on the outer portion of the eye as well to kind of create a halo eye effect with the blue sandwiched in between the purple. Then on the lower lash line, I did that pink Lovecraft shade. And then I made it even a little more pink with the shade Paradise, a darker pink. And then I grabbed a pink pressed glitter called Prismatic. Oh, and I also kind of winged out those pink matte shades a little bit on the outer corner, as you can see, just kind of flicked them out. So then I took the Prismatic pressed glitter shade, and it was a little tricky to get it on the under eye, but I really wanted it there on the under eye, so I just kind of manipulated it with that brush. And then I took the shade Hot Copic, I believe it's called, and on a pencil brush, I popped that in the very inner corner. That's a light blue shimmer. Then I took the ABH Brow Freeze and I worked that through her brow hairs. I like to go like kind of opposite direction first and then slowly start to comb them out toward the direction that I want, because you really want those brow hairs coated if you want maximum performance from this Brow Freeze product. And then I took the ABH number 12 brow brush. It's a really teeny tiny little angle brush. And I just, and also I patted down. I pressed down those hairs to push them into place. I just kind of filled in kind of little hair-like strokes in certain areas where I wanted to. Then I took I believe it was black. It was either black or like really dark brown or something like that, her really dark gray, and just lined her lash line. And for lashes, I don't think we come to lashes yet. I'm probably getting ahead of myself. I did brush through her lashes. She has amazing natural lashes. I just kind of brushed through them to make sure we got the glitter off. Okay, yeah, we are doing lashes. We really went back and forth on what type of lashes to do. And I think looking back that maybe a more light, natural, wispy pair could have suited this look a little better. But Leia let me know that she was really excited to wear lashes. I don't think she ever had worn them before, or only like 1 or 2 times before maybe. And she was kind of excited for something a little more dramatic. And I was like, oh, well then heck yes, we're going to do something a little more dramatic. So we did that, and this particular pair of lashes, I bought them from Shein, and they're horrible. So don't even try to buy them or anything. They were not good lashes to use. I've gotten some amazing pairs of lashes from Shein, and these ones were not amazing, but they still ended up looking super, super pretty. And then I popped on a little mascara to blend her lashes with the falsies, and then her eye started to water, and a tear escaped out of her eye and ran down her face. You'll see it in a second. There it is. And she said, "Oh no." I said, "That's okay. We'll keep it in the video and we'll show what to do in this situation." And as you can see, it did not ruin the makeup at all initially. Later another tear pops out, but see how like she was afforded that tear and nothing happened? That's because the products that I use and the way that I apply them are amazing. Then there was a little bit more that came out on the inner corner, and it started to erode the makeup just a tiny bit. So we'll come back to that. But then we just had her finish her own mascara because her eyes were just kind of freaking out having somebody else do it. And that's totally normal. It's so weird to have somebody up in your grill doing things like your mascara and your waterline and stuff like that. So I took just a tiny bit of foundation and just dabbed it over that spot, set it with a little powder, and it was completely good as new, as if nothing had happened. And I dusted away that excess powder. But, and then I did blush. I did the Jaclyn Cosmetics Bougie Rouge Warm Tone palette, mixed a bunch of shades. But let me just say really quick that when I work on brides and stuff, they always ask me, like, what if I cry? Is this makeup tear proof? And I always tell them, I say, the products I use and the way I apply them, your makeup is going to hold up really well, and you can cry a little bit and you should be fine. And I say, just do your best. Here I'm just doing a little bit of powder bronzer, by the way. Do your best to catch the tears with a tissue in your inner corner before they can come out. But if 1 or 2 comes out, you're going to be just fine. So that's what I tell them. Oh, also you just saw me surgically remove a piece of glitter with some tweezers, just kind of gently take it off. And then I'm using the One Size powder foundation just to kind of brighten up certain areas that I just wanted a little bit of brightness. And then I'm using some more powder bronzer to just make her nose contour pop a little bit more. Did a little bit of Morphe setting spray. And then the Ofra Rodeo Drive highlighter. Try to guess how old Leia is. Make a comment down below. How old do you think she is? Maybe I'll say at the very end and we'll see if your guess was right. I also did some highlighter under her brow bone and then on her nose a little bit. And then I used the ambient lighting palette to just dust over everything. This product is like magic. Seriously. It truly is like magic. It just dusts on this perfect angelic glowing from within filter magic effect when you just lightly dust it over everything toward the end of the makeup look. It's amazing. Then I'm using the NYX lip liner in the shade brown. It's literally just called brown. And I lined her lips and filled in the outer corners with it. Then for lipstick, I used the Angelia Cosmetics Ledgy Liquid Lipstick. It is like a go-to nude in my kit for sure. And I kind of feathered it out on the outer corners to blend it into that lip liner shade, as you can see. Then I did the, what was it? Oh, I think it was, it was Madeline Gloss by NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Madeline. This lip combo right here is amazing. It works on so many people, seriously. I added a little more blush, of course. And I'm just absolutely obsessed with how this look came out. What color should I play with next in the palette? Oh, also we did a little bit of nude liner on her waterline, and she just went ahead and applied it herself so that her eyes would not be scared of me. And here we go from absolutely gorgeous before to gorgeous, glam, and sparkling after. And that's how we created this beautiful look on my amazing, stunning, wonderful, love her so much niece who is 13. Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing day. I love you. Bye.